They say the quickest way home is by road, but where's the fun in that? This is my journey paddling 138 miles from Glaisbury, down through valleys, villages, even slipping into England for a cheeky visit before tackling the mighty Bristol Channel, which just so happens to have the second largest tidal range on Earth. It all started with a daft idea when we lived just outside of Glaisbury and were moving back to Cardiff. I wanted to lock the door, hop on the paddleboard and head home. Simple. Well, life got in the way back then, but now I'm finally doing it. 4 days, 1 paddleboard and a lot of water between me and home. This is the long paddle home. Good morning. It's the morning of day 2. I'm here at Byecross Farm. Got here just before 9 o'clock last night. Quickly sort of set up camp, so I'll take you over there in a minute and give you a quick tour. It's 6:30 in the morning, so I don't make too much noise. Yeah, sun's rising behind me. Lovely. Ready for day 2. Just cleaning my face as well, ready to slip, slop, slap that sun cream on for the day. It's going to be a hot one. But yeah, this is my home. Oh. Yeah, this is my home for the night. Got my bivvy bag and sleeping bag and stuff set out. Just a bit of kit there, so I'm just gonna quietly start packing up because it is only 7:15 and the place is still very quiet. Lovely. It is 7:15. Board's all packed up, got my fin on, got my sleeping stuff at the back, other equipment at the front, coffee ready to go, water, paddles all packed away. Yeah, so hopefully just get quite a good little bit of distance in today. There's a bit of flow through this section. There's a cool little sort of grade 1 rapid around this corner as well. And then, yeah, I should be in Hereford by sort of mid-morning, which would be nice. And then kind of keeping going. There's been some really nice fish jumping and stuff this morning so far, so that's been pretty cool watching them. And hopefully see quite a few more kingfishers and herons and all that sort of cool stuff. But this is a bloody lovely day 2. I've already coated up with sun cream because it is, yeah, it's going to be a hot sunny one again, I reckon. Yeah, but yeah, all set and ready to go. Loving this geology, this massive big sandstone slab, bedrock slab. It's really cool. So, you know, that would have been deposited, you know, when this was, when, you know, this land was down near the equator, what, 300 million years ago or something like that, you know, that's when this would have been formed, and it was a shallow sea, and then it slowly moved north. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's all so still and quiet this morning. It's fucking lovely. I'm going for just over 2 hours now. 2 hours, 10 minutes. So since leaving Byecross Farm this morning. So just cruising along really, kind of just enjoying the journey. It's all pretty beautiful. Been watching the sort of sunrise. It's about 9:20 now, and you can feel it's gonna be a hot day today. That sun's got some power to it. So yeah, I'm trying to get the mileage in now before it gets too hot. Getting plenty of food in me as well, so I've been snacking on a load of bars, and I've got nuts and water on the front of my deck there. So I'm just trying to get as much of that into me really, just look after myself as best I can, ready for today, because it's going to be, you know, it'd be nice if I can get near River Wye by the end of play today. So it's about 40 miles from Byecross Farm. You know, I've done 6.5 so far. It's still a long old way to go, but it'd be nice if I can get near there somewhere. Yeah, so I just need to look after myself for the day. I think once it gets a bit hotter, I'll probably get back into the shirt again and just use that just to kind of keep the sun off myself a bit more. But yeah, no, it's going well. I've had signal for the first time in quite a while, so yeah, it's quite. I had to send a few messages and sort some work stuff out. But yeah, apart from that, it's been very nice and relaxing, just chilling. Passed a load of swans, seen some kingfishers, just loads of little animals, just kind of cruising around. And there's not been anyone else in the water yet, which is quite nice. So I imagine as I get close to Hereford, it might start getting a bit busier. But yeah, hopefully not too bad. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to keep cruising. What a lovely day. Oh, there's two little otters in front of me. There. That's so cool. There's one of them, a little one, and the other one, they've just gone into the bush over there now. Just cruising. Oh. I hope that came out on camera. I hope I got a little... That was very cool. They just kind of plopped into the water to the side of me here and just paddled along in front of me. And I'm kind of in the bush over there somewhere. Oh, that was so cool. I do love otters. They are very cool. It's only the second time I've ever seen them up close. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm very chuffed with that. That was sick. Very cool. Alright, on to Hereford. I do pass some lovely old money estates on the Wye. Wonder how much these sort of things would go for today. Oh, the tree's in the way now, but yeah, real old big manor house thing. And there's another one there. Another house there, another one dotted down there. I wonder how much they'd go for today. My guess would be a lot of money. But yeah, definitely lovely place. All that white one is beautiful. Your own private garden, leads onto your own bit of river. Oh, beautiful. Oh, just arrived in Hereford. 12 miles this morning. I've been out for 4 hours so far. 12 miles, 3 mile an hour still. Got Hereford Cathedral there. Going through the old bridge. Not feeling too bad. A little bit sort of sore, you know, muscularly. A couple of little blisters. I taped one up before setting off this morning. There. Using some KT tape. I find that's one of the best things for blisters and stuff. KT tape. It's like the stretchy fabric bit of plasters, but you just get it on its own. Yeah, so yeah, cruising along. Starting to feel the fatigue, but I think I'm gonna get some food in me somewhere and then just keep pushing on really. Yeah, it's just that sort of day really, just to get the mileage in and keep pushing and hopefully yeah, find a nice spot somewhere later on tonight to stop. Ooh, ambulance or something there. This is really nice, like a little bit of flow in the river, you can see it. Let's move in and then coming under little archways like this is beautiful. It's been really flat and still for the last mile or two, so yeah, I'm having to produce all the forward momentum, whereas this is a bit nicer. Just be able to kind of float a bit, especially, you know, lovely views like this. Old bridge. It is stunning. I think it's gonna be a hot one. Looking at the forecast, it's gonna be, you know, it's about 28-29 degrees today, so many river swims may be required so I don't overheat myself, but it's not too bad yet. I think I'm gonna give it another half hour or so, and then I'll probably look at putting my shirt on just to protect my arms and my neck a little bit more. Just coming into a nice sort of bubbly grade 1 rapid in front of me here. I'm looking for that downstream V, so I can see that on this right hand side there's a bit of there's a downstream V, so that's what I'm aiming for. And then I'm looking to kind of follow the main flow of the water from there through to the rapid at the bottom. So let's get myself a bit further over to this right hand side. What I'm going to do with my body is I can see I'm probably going to be paddling on my left hand side, so I'm going to get myself into this engaged stance. So I got my left foot back, right foot forward, then my left, because I'm going to be paddling on my left side. So this paddle is acting like a little bit of a brace, like a little bit of tripod sort of position, so I can get nice deep paddle strokes in as I head through. I'm avoiding the worst of this white water because generally there's an obstruction or a constriction forming that, and I'm going to float down this right hand side. Nice little cruise like that. So as you can see, that tripod stance, it gives me that stability across the board, but also the stability forwards and backwards. As I exited that rapid there, my fin did scrape on the floor, but because I was in this position, I was able to kind of absorb the impact and go with it. Something else I did is I kind of bent my knees and got myself a little bit lower, so I've got that little bit of inbuilt suspension as well, and a bit of play with that. It's getting hot now, very hot. So yeah, I'm gonna get changed in a minute, I think, and yeah, just need to keep cruising along. 15 and a half miles in, so just over 5 hours in, and yeah, I'm definitely starting to feel tired now. 15 miles, so yeah, it'd be nice to get up over 30, 35. I'd like to get close to 40, but we'll see. It's definitely getting very hot now, hence why I'm sat with my feet in the water. I can see a load of fish have just come up, little ones. That's cool. Yeah, so just nice to cool off a little bit. I might even go for a bit of a swim. Yeah, I think I will. Oh, then let myself dry off. It's getting hot. Woo. Oh, that's refreshing. Oh, it's gonna be a hot one today and tomorrow as well. But forecast is looking good for Friday and Saturday. Hopefully I'll have wind with me, and then all I got to do is work around the tides, so I should be able to rip back quite quickly on Friday and Saturday, which will be nice to get back. Good. Oh, that's a bit refreshing. Whew. That's better. Yeah, time just to keep paddling. Starting to get a slightly sore left hand arm at the moment, so I might need to try and put more tape on some fingers. It's good though, still cruising along. Oh, I've just pulled up to Luxor campsite here. It's quite nice getting off the board. I've spent 6 hours of my day on this board, so it's quite nice to be able to sit on the side for a few minutes. Got myself some lunch. I've decided to soak up some noodles. I've had some chocolate. I've got my nuts back on the top of my bag there. Yeah, 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so I'm kind of on schedule for here, which is quite nice. Oh, spicy chicken noodles. I thought I hadn't put the chili bit in, but yeah, it's still pretty spicy. Nice though. It's nice to kind of eat some, you know, semi-real food. Everything else is kind of snacky, you know, chocolate, snack bars, nuts, whereas this is actually really nice to eat something. Yeah. 8 hours on the water now. 8 hours, just under 24 miles completed. So yeah, just gonna keep cruising along. Still pretty hot and sweaty, but yeah, hopefully it'll start cooling off a little bit now. Oh, that was a nice little respite from the wind. I've been pushing into this really strong headwind for the last sort of 30-40 minutes. My normal tactic, you know, I'd just drop down to my knees, but my knees and feet hurt so much, you know, because I've been on a board for over 14 hours in the last day and a half, and I forgot my knee pads. So I'm having to be sort of pop back and forth between being stood and knelt. But when you're stood heading into a wind like that, it's just such hard work. I can just feel it talking on my back and my shoulders, all the muscles and everything just getting really worked. My hands are hurting quite bad as well now. It's like, you know, I've got blisters starting to form on a lot of my digits. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it now, but still sunlight at the moment, so I'm just going to keep cruising, and I'm going to try and clean this lens a bit. Everything is just a bit sweaty and horrible at the moment, so I haven't got anything clean. But yeah, and I keep going. It's so hot, even the cows are in the river today. That is hilarious. Just chilling out in the river, eating all the bushes and shrubs they can. That is very funny. Yo, how's it going? Not what you expect to see, is it? That sort of thing. Just try and clean this, dry this lens a bit, just get some drops of water on it. We'll call... oh, I'm just fucking smudging water everywhere. There we go, how about that? We'll call that dry-ish. Yeah, I've been going for 12 hours now. 36 and a bit miles, 12 hours of paddling. It's about another 4 miles to River Wye. And I've got about an hour and a half light, so I've got enough time. It's just this headwind. I've just come around the corner now, and I'm, you know, look, I'm on the moving water, and I'm pretty much stood still with this wind blowing against me. So I'll see how this wind does, and then that's how I'll make a decision on whether I'll push on or whether I'll pull over somewhere onto, you know, beach like that or something. To park up for the night. But yeah, apart from that, I'm feeling alright. A couple of real good blisters starting to form my hands, so I need to take those up a bit better tomorrow. But yeah, slightly bad feet, slightly sore back, slightly sore shoulders, all that fun sort of stuff. Apart from that, the spirits are there. The last few hours have been brilliant. I've got the wind behind me, a good current as well, so I've been able to really just hammer it. It's just the last couple 100 metres into this headwind have been a bit harder, but yeah, I'm still going. So I'm just passing this really nice island with some geese on it. So I spotted this as a potential campsite for the night. I am very tempted. That wind's died a bit. I'm a bit worried. It's kind of like getting a bit fieldy and banking in a bit, whether I'll be able to find anywhere to camp later on. That's what time we're on. 7:30. I've already sort of eaten, so it's not like I need to stop to make dinner or anything. It's big decisions, isn't it? I think sunset's like 9:15. So an hour and a bit until sunset. 30 minutes after that, probably until sort of 30 to 45 minutes until last light. It does look really nice though. Oh, these are some tough decisions. Where can I go? So if I do 7:30, 8:30, I could potentially get 4 or 5 miles in. I think I'm only 3 miles from Wye. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going, push on, get my mileage done today. I'm feeling quite good again. Yeah, just gonna keep going. The wind's dying. We'll go for it. Worst case, I'll just come float back this way with the wind. Yeah. Okay, no, I've decided, yeah, I'm gonna keep going and get the mileage in. All right, let's go for it. Let's hope I don't live to regret this one now. Oh, lovely. I've just found this lovely beach. I'm 4 kilometres from Wye and it's 8:10. So I've got about 30-40 minutes till sunset. Beautiful beach. I've had a bit of a walk around just to see if there's any sort of sheep or cow poo on the island I'm on. Just because I don't want to be woken up by a load of animals in the morning, but we're all clear. There's a bit of swan and bird poo, but that's about it. So I think I've spotted a little patch here. I think, oh actually, yeah, I might go up there a little bit further. It's a bit grassier. And I set my camp up there and I'll pull my paddleboard up. I don't have to worry about this river level going up. It's definitely not going to do that. If anything, it's going to go down by tomorrow. So yeah, I can leave my board quite close to the water's edge, so it's ready to get on the water and get going in the morning. But this is beautiful. I'll try and get a camp put together, and then I'll, if we've still got light, I'll give you a quick tour. So here's my setup for the evening. I've got a tarp out and a little bivvy. Because this is like a gravel bed, it's quite hard actually being able to peg things in. So what I've ended up having to use is like my bag, and then I've got like pegs wedged in behind rocks. So like I've had to use, for my main big ones, I've used big old lumps of rock and stuff for my paddle to prop it up there. Got my shirt on the top drying, and then inside, you know, I've got my mat, a little bug bivvy there, so it's just like to keep the bugs off me more than anything, keep me dry from the floor, and then some food and water and some of my kit tucked in there. Yeah, it is, yeah, 10 to 9, so the sun has just set. It's a beautiful evening. I am gonna get some food and water in me and then have a lay in bed for a bit. I am shattered. I'll set an alarm for tomorrow morning for like 7:30, but I'll probably be up before that to get going. I need to have a little look at the tide times tonight, so I'll be reaching tidal flows. I got 26 miles, I think, until I reach the tidal flows. So by, you know, probably afternoon, early afternoon, I'll be at the point where the tide will affect me. The first little bit won't make too much difference, but definitely as I get further, closer to Chepstow, it'll make more and more of a difference. Oh, so this is the end of day 2. And I am, what, 50, 60 something miles in? So, oh, it's going good. What a lovely campsite this is. Beautiful. Oh. Borada, good morning, day 3. My home from home last night was very cosy. There was a nice little wind last night, so I was hoping everything would stay quite dry, but it completely disappeared. So everything's got a bit of moisture, a bit of dew on it. So I kind of had a little extra 20 minutes in bed to see if the sun might rise and burn some of that off and warm it up, but it's clouded in, so no chance of that. So I have to sort of pack my kit away, chuck it in my bag and get going really. Hopefully I'll be on the water in the next sort of 15 minutes or so, because it's quite warm at the moment. Like, I feel alright in a shorts and a t-shirt. I tend not to hang around making breakfast for too long. I just tend to just get going, you know, especially because You know, what did I do yesterday? I think 38 miles or something in the end yesterday. If I can get another day like that in, I should have a really nice cruisy day then Friday. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I'll get my stuff packed away and then we'll get going. All packed up, got the board pretty much loaded, last few bits to go on here. And then this is the campsite here, is where I was camping last night. So, you know, apart from a little bit of disturbed earth, there's kind of nothing really there. There's no sign of me being there, you know. There's kind of like leave no trace principles. While camping in the UK especially, you know, gets a real bad rap a lot of the time. But kind of doing what we can just to ensure, like, you know, you couldn't tell I've been sleeping there last night. You know, doing what we can just to ensure that, you know, we're kind of giving it the right publicity, not the wrong publicity. Ah, yeah, finished getting my kit on. Got some breakfast snacks with me on my arm, and then, yeah, what are we, like 1.5 miles, 2 miles to River Wye, and then cruise on from there. Oh, lovely. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and it's already 19 degrees. It's gonna be very hot today, so just arrived into lovely River Wye. I think what I'm going to do is pull over in a sec and get some sun cream on for the day and get a couple of slugs of water in me and see if I can pick up some more water somewhere as well, because it's going to be hot today, very hot, and I've got quite a few miles that I would like to get done. I don't need to, but what I'd like to get done. So yeah, day 3 of the long paddle home. Oh, halfway there already, really. Not far off halfway. Yeah, so yeah, it's going good. Oh, I jumped off the river here. There's a little landing there. Went to the toilet, found a little cafe, got a coffee, and I've just seen this sign. So we're at River Wye, and I reckon it's 34 miles from Chepstow. So that would be lovely if it is. I think it might be a bit more than that, but I don't know. Sign says 34, must be 34. Yeah, let's go with the sign. 34 miles. Oh, that's good. Ah, Wye Valley Walk. Yeah, that makes sense. So 34 miles the Wye Valley Walk, and the paddle's a bit more. Any info here? No. Well, I guess we're still going. Maybe 34. I think it's a bit, yeah, makes sense, because I think when I worked it out it was a bit further, it was close to 40. Yes, got my stuff. Yeah, get some sun cream on now, and then gonna keep going. Oh, it's quite nice. When I called in the toilets, oh, hang on a second. Just climbing into the river. I was able to give my face a wash, which was quite nice, not using river water, just because it'll help the sun cream sort of adhere to my face a bit better, which is definitely what I need. Yeah, I'll have this and then get going that way. I think today's got some long flat water sections, which I'm not looking forward to, especially from memory, like the run in towards Simmons Yacht. There's a lot of flat stuff there that gets the wind funneled up it, so I'm a little bit apprehensive. I don't know, I'm not looking forward to it if it's windy, if that makes sense. Yeah, but day 3 so far has been wonderful. A little bit more leisurely than was planned, but that's always good, isn't it? You've gotta, you know, take our time when we can. Oh, it's clouded in a bit as well, that's quite nice, and there's a breeze. So it's cooled off a bit. When I saw that sign at the rowing club saying it was 19 degrees at 8 o'clock, I was like, oh, it's gonna be horrible. I know it was forecast, I think, to get to like 26, 27, something like that around this area today. I think it was similar yesterday. It was hot. Once you're on the water, it's not too bad because you can just dip yourself in and splash yourself a bit, but it's still, just being out in that sun, that radiant heat all day is just quite taxing. Cool, anyway, I'll stop chatting and yeah, I'll get going. Yeah, I do love these really old bridges. the sandstone blocks. You can see where the water's worn the sandstone there, all up through the ceiling. So you know, like that tree debris we saw on the first day, that was what, 2.5, 3 meters, probably 3 and a bit meters off the floor, off the water. So you know, you can imagine when the water's this deep, the logs and the trees that are getting battered into these bridges, but not just once, like multiple times a year for hundreds of years. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? Look at these things. It's almost some deep water soloing up the edge there, looking at it. Oh, and up there. Looks like it might be deep enough. Ooh, it might be worth coming back for an explore at some point. Yeah. Gorgeous, very idyllic. Well done, Ross on Wye, you get 5 stars. Let's try that. There we go. Yeah, I was just sheltering underneath Kern Bridge. This is, yeah, 2.5 hours in. What time? Let me have a look. Due to be in Simmons Yacht. Can't remember off the top of my head. What I put together for these sort of things, just to help me along, is I sometimes put little tables like this together. So Simmons Yacht is mile marker 16.6, and I'm due to be there at 1 o'clock. So 3 hours to Simmons Yacht. It has just started raining, if you can't notice by the bit water drops on the lens. Yeah, definitely not what was forecast. Well, not for the Ross and Wye forecast, it is for the Simmons Yacht one. Which is mad considering they're only like, I don't know, a few miles apart. Downstream V here, beautiful, straight through the middle, the water's nice and deep. And as I'm coming through here, I'm gonna, oh, I don't need to actually, but start, here you go, start turning slightly left just to keep me away from that left bank. This morning I'm having to kind of cruise, I'm cruising down the river, kind of these headwinds that keep appearing all the time. So with these headwinds, I'm having to be quite strategic. So I'm currently sat over on the left side here. You can see these leaves being blown kind of over to the right. So the bushes next to me here aren't moving very much, whereas the ones on the other side are moving quite a bit. The water ripples over there are a lot more pronounced than they are on this side. So as I'm going, I'm reading that a lot, because as a paddleboarder, as soon as I'm stood up, my body is just a giant sail, so going into a headwind's really difficult. So here, you know, I've snuck onto the inside of the bend out with the wind. I'm looking at the water and stuff as well, so I'm trying to read to see what these leaves are doing, which way they're going. So a lot of the time you'll have that surface few millimeters of water, like here, are going that way, whereas like there's some stuff, you know, about a couple of centimeters further down that's actually going that way. So that's the stuff that's deeper down is caught in the flow of the river going that way, and the stuff on the surface is caught by the wind going that way. So, you know, reading all these signs, really reading the water and making the most of what we've got, really. Like, the reality is the inside of bends, the flow is a lot less. They might even be going upstream, you know, it might be eddying around. You generally want to be middle to outside of the river when you're going down it, or middle to the outside of bends when you're going down river, because that's where the flow will be the fastest. But if the wind's not on your side and the flow's not super strong, it's always best, in my opinion, just to drop in and get out of that wind a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to keep following this left bank up until I get around this corner, and then we'll see where the wind's going. I might need to then switch to the other side, who knows. I hit a little rock in the middle of the river, and I've lost my spoon into the river. So yeah, and I have to eat my noodles a bit like the animal I am. Oh yeah, they've grown lovely. Oh God. All right. Oh, can I use the lid maybe? Oh, look at that. Adapt, survive, overcome. Me and Bear Grylls, that is. Well, I managed to polish them off. I think I got more on my board than I did in me, or more on the board than in the river. So, you know, at least I'm feeding the fish some nice, high quality, healthy noodles. Oh, some other folks paddling here today. I think I can just about see the campsite on the corner down there. So, oh, lovely, nice to be able to get in the miles in. I'm a little ahead of time still as well, so that's good. So I'm gonna keep cracking on. Next to me here we've got the Simmons Yacht cruise boat. What a lovely way to cruise the River Wye. Something will probably overtake me in about 10 minutes time now. Oh, look at that luxurious seating at the back. Oh, little Pimm's or a pint of Stella. Lovely. Very famous Simmons Yacht ferries here. So what they do is they're attached to a cable that runs across the river. So for foot passengers to get them from one side of the river to the other, because the nearest bridge is miles away. So they've got that. The old ferry inn from 1473. One of the ferries actually in action. What a cool job that would be, a ferryman. I think that's the term, isn't it? I'm stood up and I can see a bit of a downstream V on the far side, so I'm going to kind of push out, get lined up for that downstream V and then to run through, and then I'll probably make an eddy. An eddy's a bit of a still patch of water on the way through. I'm getting my feet set ready. I'm going to start paddling on the left to keep me away from these rocks on the left. Woo! Swap sides and swap feet. And we're in the eddy. I'm going to come out of here now and into that one over there. So, and I need to edge on the left and paddle on the left. So my feet are set up ready. I'm going to come out of here with a little bit of speed and then let my angle drift so I'm pointing towards that eddy. I'm going to drop back a little bit so I can get a bit of run up. We're in. You can see this place, it's not man-made, it's natural, but it's definitely had enhancements, these big lines of blocks and boulders. So you can see why this place is such a playground for those taking the sort of first steps into white water. There isn't really anywhere else like this in sort of the South Wales area. Yeah, so these lines up here and these poles dangling there for slalom, so they'll drop them where they're hanging just above the water, and then you'll have to kind of make your way down through a certain course, through up and down, or down most of the poles and then up through some of them, up through some of the gates. Same thing they have in the Olympics. I think the UK generally do quite well in it. Yeah, so just going to keep cruising down now. Monmouth's the next stop. I think I'm due there, yeah, it should be, I'd guess probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and we'll be at Monmouth. And then time to sort out getting some food, some more food in, I think. Ah, nice. Do you want me to pass the net over to you? Nice.
You can, but it's not ready to come in yet.
Ah, okay.
Like barbel, I think.
Ah, nice.
I don't say no. That's a good thing.
I've seen some big old barbel on the paddle down.
Sorry?
I've seen some pretty big barbel on the way down. Yeah, so the guy who was fishing there, I only caught a little bit of it on video, but yeah, he got it out in the end, and it was £6 barbel. Barbel are really cool looking fish. They've got these mouths at the bottom, big gaping mouths. They're open, they're like bottom feeders, and they've got like little whiskers sticking out. But yeah, floating through. What a lovely day. Lovely, I'm just floating through here, Biblin's campsite. It's a pretty cool place, it's about a mile-long campsite, and it's set up for youth groups, so you know, scout groups, Duke of Edinburgh groups, school groups, that sort of thing, to come and use it. So to book the place out, you have to have, you have to be a youth group. There's also this bridge up behind me. So this bridge actually got washed away in a flood a few years back. So you can see, the two guys at the bottom fishing, how much room there is there. Fab. All right, I'm going to update you on the plan. So it took a bit longer than I was expecting in Monmouth, so I've definitely missed the outgoing tide to Chepstow. I had a chat with a local guide, and he was saying that once the wall, he was saying that it's just a nightmare to get out anywhere along the banks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of keep heading down the Wye until it becomes tidal, and then I'm going to jump out somewhere around there. The next high tide is probably going to be about 1 o'clock in the morning. So what I'll do then is I'll jump on that high tide, and I'll follow that high tide, all the way out then to a place called, is it Berkeley Point or something like that? So that's as far as I can get into the Bristol Channel, So and I head out there. It's the sort of peninsula that sticks out underneath the one of the 7 bridges. So there's an army camp base there and stuff. So I can get out there. I'll just chill out there then for a few hours, or until 12 o'clock tomorrow. And that's when the next tide will be, so I can follow that tide out. And it'll also work quite well because about lunchtime tomorrow the wind's due to change direction to northeasterlies, which is kind of what I need with that tide to get me back to Cardiff. So yeah, updated plan. We'll see how it goes. Worst case, I got out of Chepstow and catch a train home, but yeah, we're going well. Nice. Oh, I'm definitely getting an appreciation for bridges on this trip. What a lovely one. That might have been like the old toll hut or something over there, maybe, at one point. Who knows? Look at this bridge. This is beautiful. Yeah, so I'm not far off, I don't think, the point where the River Wye becomes tidal. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go kind of as far as I can, where I can still get out of the water easily enough on a low tide. And then, so I have got an option. I'm kind of hoping to be able to get to maybe Tintern. I've been looking at the map a little bit. If I could get to Tintern, that'd be quite good, because there's a pub there, so I can charge up some of my electronics. I can get water bottles filled up and those sorts of things, and then I can probably hang out there. I think it'll be about 11 o'clock, maybe midnight, when the high tide is, and then I can just try and nip out on that then. But yeah, we will see. I'll update you as I'm going. But oh, look at that bridge, isn't it lovely? The red sandstone, pink sandstone, big old archway. The reason I stop a lot of bridges is because they're like, apart from sort of towns, they're kind of like the best way markers on the way. I can easily work out where I am on the map when I hit a bridge. The rest of the time, otherwise it's like, oh, I don't really know what you look for, Oh, there's a big left turn in the river, and then you have to try and take a bit of time to suss it out on the map. But yeah, bridges and towns are usually what I'm using to navigate most of the time on. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to keep going. Oh, 29.7 miles and 9 hours 18 I've been going for. So yeah, just keep cruising really. Definitely not making 40 today like I planned, but that's okay. Lovely, yes. We've got the village of Llandoggo behind me. So the River Wye itself, you know, is the border between England and Wales for quite a lot of its length. You can definitely tell we're in which half's the Welsh, with that llan dog, or llan meaning a village with a church. So I assume, oh yeah, church, llan doggo. Huh. Marvellous, isn't it? So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going now until I can no longer move forwards. Ooh, the water's literally changed colour there. So this is definitely seawater now, isn't it? Yes, very much so. Ooh, it's definitely starting to get steeper banked as well. I don't know how far to risk it now. I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. I'm just through Brock Weir here. Another stunning bridge. I think I actually stood on that bridge for about 4 hours marshalling like a charity fundraising event once a few years ago. It was very hot and sweaty. Yeah, I'm still, it looks like I'm still sort of continuing down for a little bit further. It looks like I can still get out without getting too minging. Like I said, like my goal is Tintern, which isn't too far from here now. It's only a few kilometres. So I'm kind of hoping that the banks stay quite accessible till then. If I can get to Tintern, oh, I can have a pint, I can charge some equipment up, get some food, I can just chill out there waiting for that tide to come back in again. So that would be ideal, but obviously that's not possible, then that's not an issue either. Cool. Yeah, lovely. So a couple of Ks and hopefully I'll be chatting to you with a pint in my hand from Tintern. So I've arrived in Tintern. I've just got to change some less smelly clothes. I'm about to pop over to the pub to try and charge some bits up and to get some water and have a bit of a drink and stuff. But I've just met the nicest fella ever, Steve. His family got some land on the banks of the River Wye, and just his knowledge of the area is phenomenal, and his kindness as well. You know, let me come and stash my stuff and hang out here for a few hours. He's got phenomenal local knowledge of the tides. So he's given me some real good top tips of you know, when to launch and things. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is it's 7:30 now. I'm probably gonna get back on the water for a look at about 11 o'clock, maybe even a touch before. I'll see how the water's flowing, but he reckons, yeah, high tide will be about 12, 20 past 12, something like that, he thinks, up here. So yeah, local knowledge for the win. And then from my calculations, it'll be about 4 hours at the maximum, I'm hoping, for me to get to the headland I want to reach. So yeah, I'm going to get some stuff sorted and I'll be back in a little bit, a little power nap before heading off later on then. Hydrating, ready for tonight's mission. Well, that was a bloody lovely, a little pint and some food. As you can see, I've got a lot of my kit's just laid out, just airing, because it's all just been stuffed in bags or used. What I'm actually going to do now with all the equipment in my bag and everything is you might have seen the rest of this trip so far, things have just been kind of slotted under bits of bungee on my board, and everything's been quite, not lazily put away, but just, you know, I haven't had to be too attentive to stuff like that. Whereas, you know, from tonight onwards, tonight I'm going to be paddling through the night out into the, you know, out onto the Bristol Channel, and then tomorrow I'm going to be paddling down the Bristol Channel. So kind of from now on, you know, I'm going to be in big open water, or at night. So I just need to make sure everything's a lot better prepped, just because if something needs to go, there's a higher likelihood of something going wrong, and if something does go wrong, the consequence is a lot higher. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, is get my stuff pretty well together and sorted for tonight, and then I'll probably bed down for a little hour or two, and I'll set an alarm for 11 for tonight, at 11, and then I'll have a little look at the tide, and if it looks good, I'll probably just sort of set off then. I don't mind battling a little bit of incoming tide, but if it's too much, I probably won't. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna start heading out to the channel. Due to get there about 2 o'clock in the morning. Berkeley Point, or Berkeley Head it's called. So it's underneath the M48 road bridge over the Bristol Channel. So yeah, due to get there about 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm gonna kind of just hang out there then until midday for when the tide turns again. But yeah, it looks like a bit of devastation at the moment, but I'll get it all packed away and things nice and neat and sorted in a little minute, and gonna get everything charged up and ready to go for the last sort of, I suppose, last day and a half of paddling. Yeah, lovely. I've got my bivvy set up, looking out over the Bristol Channel, cruising under the Severn Bridge. This is pretty wild. Very cool.